A brand new $400 million drilling rig has to go from South Korea to Europe. 31,000 tons pulled by just a single tug, connected by just one steel cable. At first, the team is lucky. The weather is agreeable. At around 13 kilometers per hour, they are even faster than planned. On day 20, they are already approaching the Sunda Strait. But it is winter in Asia, and the weather can change at any time. Avoiding bad weather is the top priority, because the more wind, the higher the swell, the slower the ALP Striker can go. A storm would mean a complete stop and a costly delay to the mega transport by several days. The West Bolsta is extremely sensitive to wind. During transport, the rig has a draft of only 13 meters and floats on the water. Its large superstructures work like a sail. Strong wind could carry her far away. In the worst-case scenario, the wire connection could break. To avoid that, the West Bolsta crew can initiate a plan called survival draft. They flood their ballast tanks in the pontoons with seawater, sinking the rig a further 7 meters. This shifts its center of gravity and stabilizes the rig. During transport, enormous forces act on the wire connection at all times. So far, the connection is held. But there are still almost 15,000 kilometers to go. That's why Captain Case regularly checks the connection with his drone. The earlier he discovers any damage, the greater the chance of being able to repair it in time. His main focus is on the attachment points of the chains. Waves, salt water, and up to 100 tons of tensile force also affect the massive iron chains.
Look at the connection on the pontoon, see if the quick release bracket is still good. Here at the Panama lead, there are no damages or things like that.
Everything looks good there, but there is a problem with the emergency wire. The waves have tangled it up on the pontoon.
So in case of the main tow line connection is breaking, and we need to connect on the emergency pennant, it will not be possible on the aft side because it's turned around this bollard. So I will inform West Bolsta now, the OIM, to see if they can solve this problem, if they can do it now or otherwise in the next port of call.
A dangerous situation that Captain Case only recognized in good time, thanks to regular drone checks.
West Bolsta, AOP Striker.
AOP Striker, West Bolsta.
During the entire mega transport, the rig is manned by almost 40 personnel. Their task is to intervene quickly in precisely such cases. Due to its huge size and its draft of 13 meters, the West Bolsta creates a lot of resistance. An enormous load for the engines of the ALP Striker, which must run constantly on full power. Therefore, the engine control room of the tug is manned around the clock. Denis Shumakov is the chief engineer on board.
Here on this vessel it's a lot of equipment, a lot of systems. Just to find it time if we have some leaking, if we have some problems, if we have some abnormals. Because a lot of equipment in same moment running here.
Although all technology is computer monitored, Chief Engineer Denis and his team take a tour of the engine room every 4 hours. First item on the checklist, the four 6,100 horsepower engines of the ALP Striker. Denise checks the pressure in the cylinders. Next up is the control room.
Could be wrong. Some problem with frequency, some problem with load, some problem with another insulation, more or less. Actually, we have electrician, but in any cases, it's included in our round, you know, to be sure.
Last stop, the propeller shafts. They run through the entire vessel. After half an hour, the tour is finished.
So round is done, all okay.
And the next check is due in just 3.5 hours. Almost all crew members are on board during the entire 3-month mega transport. A long time without family, friends, and home comforts. This makes shared events, such as the Sunday barbecue on deck, all the more important. And the crew doesn't forget to have some fun. They especially enjoy karaoke.
Ulang mo, number man.
Ganyan, okay.
Okay mo.
Over the next few weeks, mile by mile, the team approaches its intermediate destination in Namibia. On the high seas, the ALP Striker pulls the drilling rig at a distance of almost 2 kilometers behind it. The greater the distance between tug and tow, the deeper the wire sags. This acts as a shock absorber, reducing the tension and thus protects the main towing wire and the chain anchors on the rig. This is the only way for the connection to survive the continuous load. However, this is only possible in deep water. Due to its own weight, the main towing wire hangs extremely low. At a full length of 2,000 meters, the deepest point is 120 meters below the surface. In shallow water, the steel cable would grind on the rocky seabed and break. So, when they are near a coastline, the crew has to pull the rig at a distance of around 400 meters minimum. Day 64 of the mega transport. Tomorrow, the team will call at the port of Namibia. So the crew has to start shortening the main towing wire now.
You just need to pay good attention when you are heaving in the wire, that you do it easy, not too fast, because then you can get to too high tensions on the wire.
A 10-centimeter thick rubber sheath protects the wire at the stern roller to keep it from chafing and damaging. In order to shorten the wire, this protector must now be removed. Bosun Razel's deck crew is getting ready.
Striker be stuck.
Yes, bridge deck, go ahead.
Yeah, we're ready now.
Yeah, okay, you can start removing the clamps for the fixed protectors.
Roger that, start removing the clamps.
The wire is under extreme tension throughout the entire task.
It's really dangerous to work here, especially when the weather is moving. I mean, the vessel is moving all the time, so you have to be very careful, and also on the wire. You have to be very careful on it, and you have to watch each other.
A single wave can cause the 8-centimeter thick steel wire to jump and hit one of the crew members, potentially fatal.
Okay. Doon nyo na dalhin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, please heave up the wire.
West Bolsta, Striker.
Striker, Bolsta.
Yeah, good afternoon. For your information, we will start heaving some tow wire. We will let you know once finished, and then we give the new length.
The main towing wire is attached to a huge winch that can handle up to 13 meters per minute. But after a short time, Captain Case has to stop.
Deck, bridge, Roselle. Yeah, we have some fishing line on the tow wire, so can you go to the aft, check with the guys, and cut away if necessary?
Okay, no problem. Yeah, we'll go on deck now.
Yeah, thank you.
During the tow, the team has ran across a fishing line, which has wrapped itself around the main wire. If they don't remove it, it will get caught in the winch and block it.
These lines can be kilometers long.
Captain Case is afraid they'll lose a lot of time. The anchorages and tanker in the port in Walvis Bay are already booked. Each hour of delay costs thousands of dollars.
I got no line anymore.
Over the next few hours, they shorten the main towing wire meter by meter, while the ALP Striker begins its approach along the East African coast. They reach Walvis Bay as planned in the morning of day 65 of the mega transport. Both the ALP Striker and the West Bolsta have to refuel. In order to achieve this, special tankers go to the anchorage. After almost 2 months of traveling, the storerooms of the ALP Striker are empty. Captain Case has ordered food worth several $1,000s. The entire crew, from the officer to the engine operator, will pitch in to help storing the supplies. And everyone is looking forward to dinner. After less than 24 hours in Namibia, the ALP Striker already lifts its anchors again and embarks on the final stage of the mega transport. This leg of the journey will take the ALP Striker and its cargo from Walvis Bay in Namibia along the African coast around to Tenerife. They are scheduled to arrive in just 25 days. Almost 6,500 kilometers still lie ahead of them. But Neptune, god of the seas, is well disposed towards them. And so, early in the morning of day 90, the mega transport reaches its destination on time, the port of Santa Cruz, Tenerife. On its way from South Korea to the Canary Islands, the team has covered exactly 25,204 kilometers and crossed 3 oceans.
Everything went safe. It was a long voyage, and now for us it's time to go home after a long trip.